Hey guys, so today I am going to be making strawberry and cinnamon sugar Pop-Tarts, and I don't really eat Pop-Tarts too often. I don't know, they're usually always like too sugary to me, and yeah, and so I thought it would be kind of a cool idea to make some like here at home, because then it could also be good for like back to school, you know, if you take some time to make like the Pop-Tarts, and then if you want to like get something quick before you leave for school, you can just get like a Pop-Tart and, you know, maybe even like heat it up a little, make it warm. I don't know. I don't really eat Pop-Tarts, so I don't know how people eat them. So the first thing I'm going to make is my pie crust. And the last time I made a pie crust on this channel was I think when I made my empanadas, and I did it by hand with one of these. I don't remember the name of it, but I would like smash the butter in the bowl. But today I'm going to be trying a different process. I'm just going to put this right here. But I'm going to be making it in the food processor because, as you can probably tell, this is a new one. This is a Ninja one. We literally just got it today, and it has all these different things. It's auto IQ. There's like a chop thing, a dough thing, a disc. So you can do actually a lot with this food processor, but today I'm just going to be using the Pulse. I already have my flour in here, and this entire thing actually goes up to 9 cups, which would have been perfect for when I made my my cheesecake, because if you watch that video, my thing was like almost overflowing. But yeah, I already have all my flour in here, and it's chilled because you want to make sure all your ingredients are nice and chilled when you're making a nice pie crust. And then I have my sugar. I'm going to put my sugar in, and I might as well put my salt as well. Just all my dry ingredients first, and then food processor is like so tall. So first I need to click this in, and then I'll put the lid on. Yeah, it has a nice click there. And then this is like a really like nice tightly sealed lid. Wait, oops, I kind of did it wrong. Gotta make sure it goes in the lock like this. Click. And then it like clicks the lock in, so it's like really, really sturdy. And then of course this I can open. So yeah, I'm just gonna pulse it together. Oh, I have to turn it on first. There we go. Now it's all lit up. Now I'm going to add in my butter. There's a lot of butter in here. There we go. And my butter, of course, is also a little chilled. There we go. Now I'm going to mix this, or pulse this. Yeah, the thing is so tall, I have to like take it off. Oh, this clockwise. We just want it to be nice and crumbly, and then I would like show on top. Oh, actually, I just realized. Sorry, well, I was like very angry at the new food processor, but I just realized when I do this, when I take it off the thing, it like automatically, I guess, or it flashes, which indicates that it's not on correctly, which that's pretty cool. So that way I know everything's on right. We'll see if she's gonna start barking again, but yeah. We just want to make sure we can still see like the buttery chunks in there. We don't want it to be completely mixed. I transferred my mixture into a nice big bowl, and now you can see it's like really nice and crumbly. You can still see some butter chunks in there. I'm just making a little bit of a well in the middle. Now I'm going to add in my nice iced water, so that way my dough can start forming. I'm just gonna add a little bit at a time, of course, and then start forming it together. Yeah, I think the only Pop-Tart flavor I've ever really tried is strawberry before, and we barely even buy any. I don't think we have any right now, because sometimes my dad or my brother will buy some, but I don't really know. I can't even like eat a full Pop-Tart. They're like so sugary. There we go, you can already see it's starting to form together. We'll see how this pie dough turns out, because then maybe I'll make it in the food processor more often if this is like easier. But yeah, I'm just adding a little bit more as I go and combining it all together, really making sure it's mixed in. I can already feel it forming because it's getting hard to mix. Once it gets more nicely formed together, I'm probably going to go in with my hands. That way I can really bring it together. That's all the water I have right now. I might need more though, but yeah, you can see I'm kind of flattening it out there. It looks really nice and flaky. Now I'm starting to form it with my hands. And you can see it's a nice big chunk. It's all crumbling together nicely. Coming together nicely, that's what I meant to say. But yeah, getting all under my fingernails, of course. You can see it's like dry over here. I need to add a little bit more water. It's always the bottom of the bowl whenever I make a crust. The bottom always gets all crumbly. But yeah, I think that will probably be enough. I think now I just need to kind of work it in with my hands. And of course you don't want to overwork your dough. Just enough to where it forms together really nicely. Here is my crust. It turned out so nicely, or my dough. Because technically I'm going to be using it as a dough, my little Pop-Tart crust. But yeah. So you can still see like chunks of butter, because of course the more you mix it with your hands, the more the butter is going to melt from the heat of your hands, so you don't want to work it in too much. And now I'm going to chop it in half with my dough cutter here, and I'm going to form it in 2 balls kind of nicely. But yeah, it feels nice and buttery. And then I'm going to wrap it in cling wrap and just like forming it into a little bit of ball. Of course, don't want to overwork it. So now I'm going to wrap them up in the cling wrap, and then I'm going to chill them in the fridge for 30 minutes. Now I am ready to start rolling up part of my dough. I grabbed one of the halves that were in the fridge, and now I'm going to roll this out. And I have my egg wash here. I have my strawberry jam, which this is just out of the jar. I usually eat sugar-free jam, but this is actually not a sugar-free one. It's just a regular strawberry one. And you can also do like other flavors. I know they have like apricot jam, random things. But yeah, and then this in this bowl together is cinnamon, sugar, flour, and melted butter. And it's made this, and it tastes really good. So yeah, those are my fillings that I'm going to be using. Like I said, you can do a bunch of different things. Yeah, I'm going to start rolling it out on my mat here, and then I'm going to be using, I think I'll use the roller. If not, it might be easier to just use these here. We'll see. It might be easier to see rather than on the clear ruler I have here. But yeah, first I want to just roll it out, and I don't want it super thick, and I don't want it super thin either. And I'm trying to make it into a rectangle and not like a big circle like I would with a normal pie crust. Now I'm realizing I probably should have floured my surface. So yeah, I'm going to flour my rolling pin first. Some of the excess flour will just fall onto there. But yeah, I really want to make sure it's not going to stick. But yeah, and then that excess flour is probably good. And then I'm going to pick this up so I can flour my whole surface. So I'm just picking it up like this. Kind of like you would with regular pie crust. But yeah, it's sticking a little, so I'm just gonna take some flour. And then I might use this over here to measure the surface, so I'm kind of flouring the corner a little bit because I want to make it into about 9 by 12 rectangle. So yeah, let me kind of just gonna put a little bit there. There we go. There we go. I think that's good now. Oh, this part's sticking. No. I hope that didn't ruin it. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. Now I can start rolling out more, and I can actually move it over here, because then see about how big I make it. I'll just put it in this general corner. So yeah, I need to make it more longer this way, a little bit longer this way, because you want to make sure the edges are gonna fit together pretty nicely. Let's see, this kind of seems like a good thickness. Let's see. It's like almost 12. 12 actually seems pretty big. Because right now, I'm about 8 inches here. It's about like 10 right here. So we'll see about how much thinner I can get it without messing it up, hopefully. Okay, so I marked my dough. I'll put it this way, or I'll put it this way so you guys can see the ruler. But I marked it every 3 inches, and then I tried to match it down here. But it's just gonna be easier to just line up the ruler this way, like this. Try and make it perfectly straight. There we go. Now I can cut this. My straight line. Have that there. And then I'm going to cut this way. So that way I'll have nice 3 long rectangles. Go. I made that nice and even. I'm gonna set this off to the side over here. But yeah, I don't know how Joshua Weissman made his all perfectly nice, because I can barely make mine like perfect rectangles. Let me do it from this side. That way I'm cutting away from myself. And then we have this last edge over here. There we go. And this one might be a little thin. I'm just gonna do this. There we go. So, because the middle one is a little thicker, like this way, I'm actually gonna do the strawberry jam, because you don't want to overfill this, especially with like strawberry jam. It's gonna seep out the edges. And then these 2 edge ones, I will do the cinnamon sugar. But first I have to egg wash them. So I take this, dip it in there. I'm just gonna spread it across. That way the edges can stick together. There we go. Just making sure I have enough egg wash. Not really sure how much I should have per thing. But yeah, I'm gonna move my egg wash over here. Then I'm gonna start filling it. I'll do the jam strawberry one first. But I want to be really careful that I don't get too much, so I'm going to start with a little bit at a time. Like that much. And I'm going to flatten it out a little bit. I don't know. I think I'll be okay. It's like kind of getting stuck to the spoon. There we go. I think I can add a little bit more. A little bit more maybe there. Because let me kind of see what it's going to look like when I fold it over. Because I want it to be perfectly in half, like that much, so. Okay, I think that's enough jam. I'm scared to do too much because I really don't want it to overflow. So yeah, so I'm going to take this half. Oops. I'm going to fold it down to make edge go here. And then just using my fingers, I'm going to press down the edges first. But yeah, I'm glad I made the dough pretty thin because it's going to be some thick Pop-Tarts. But yeah, I'm going to squeeze that together there. And then I'm going to take my fork. Gonna go around the edges, so they stick together. It has a nice little design. There we go. And then I know Josh, he actually like straightened out all the lines after, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna leave them kind of as is, like this. It looks pretty nice. So yeah, this is my first Pop-Tart, really hoping it turns out nice. And then I'll do one little cinnamon one, I'll just fill it, and then I'll do other steps off camera. So if you want to have perfect edges, you can do what Josh Weissman did, and you can like literally trim them off. And I have like a really long knife, so that way that it's nice and perfect. But yeah. Oh, you can see Elo's face. And of course she's camera shy. She kind of messed me up. Whoops. It's okay though. But yeah, I don't really care about having perfect edges. She's like sniffing me from under the table. But yeah, I also like how the other ones look without perfect edges. There we go. It's hard to get corners. And then I don't think I got this one. Yeah. There we go. It's hard because the dough is kind of sticking to the knife. But yeah. There we go. Now I'm ready to make the rest of my Pop-Tarts. Here they are out of the freezer, and I swear I keep thinking I'm seeing like Willow hair everywhere because she loves to get her hair everywhere, and now she wants to assist. me now that I'm done making everything. But yeah, so I'm gonna take my egg wash, part of the egg wash I have left over pretty much, and I'm gonna put it on top, so that way it can be super nice and golden brown. I thought I actually got her hair on the brush for a second, but it's like, it's just me seeing things, because I'm used to seeing willow hair everywhere. And the reason why there's just like willow hair everywhere is because it's like so, I guess because it's so hot outside. So, and she has this like special shampoo she got from the vet to use on her skin, but it makes her shed like crazy. I even got a de-shedder for her to try and help, but like sometimes I'll go pet her back and then there's just like a giant pile of hair on my hands. So, yeah. Now she's headed into the pantry to grab I don't know what. But yeah. So, obviously I'm not going to know which ones are which once I actually take them out of the oven. I think I remember this big one is like the strawberry jam, and then the one next to it is cinnamon sugar. But yeah, we'll have to see once I cut into them. And then sometimes when I was making them, off camera part, I like kept forgetting to put egg wash inside. I think there was like a couple I forgot. But yeah, and then some of them are looking a little square like these ones, but then I just rolled out like longer rectangles. And those are like these ones down here. And right now I have my oven heating up to 370 degrees Fahrenheit. I think I got all of them. Yeah, 375 degrees. And now I'm going to put these in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes or until golden browned. Here they are out of the oven. They're nice and golden brown. I baked them for the full 30 minutes and I let them cool for about 2 hours. And the reason why I let them cool so much is because I gotta make the icing for on top and I don't want it to melt off. So I wanted to make sure it's completely cool. So in here I have a bowl of my powdered sugar, and I'm just gonna use this to mix it together. And then I have water over here, and I'm gonna add about a tablespoon at a time, and then mix it together. Parchment paper is kind of messing me up. Okay, there we go. That's because I don't want to move it too much. But yeah, and then I don't want it to be too thin, but I don't want it to be too thick that it won't be runny at all. 2 tablespoons will probably be like the perfect amount. So this looks like pretty much the perfect consistency. It's not too runny because I don't want it to run off my Pop-Tarts. Willow definitely can't eat any of this. Now she's all excited to be in the kitchen. Hopefully not trying to run around. But yeah, I forgot I have my spoon over here. And then as soon as I put the frosting on, I'm going to put my sprinkles. Which I just have like rainbow sprinkles. I just have it from like a pack. Because I have so many different sprinkles. But this is the only one I have, just like the classic regular rainbow ones. So yeah, I'm going to use a spoon. So I don't know how much I'm going to take. Let me move this over even closer. I'll do the bigger one first. This one. I probably should have gotten more. But yeah, I think that's a good consistency. Take my sprinkles, put them on quick because it's gonna harden. Put this one too. This one I kind of just did a bigger scoop. Of course, well, every time we want to film, she always wants to go outside. So, go. So here they are, and I think they all turned out really cute. And I'm gonna cut in this one. Well, see if I can figure out which one it is. I actually think this one is like cinnamon for sure. So let's hope that this one is strawberry, because I want to see both. Yeah, I can hear it's nice and crunchy. This one's a cinnamon. Looks pretty good. I kind of really want to find a strawberry one, but I don't know which one it would be. I know I had one that was like kind of leaking out the side, but I don't think I'd be able to figure it out. I thought maybe one of the bigger ones. This one's still like drying, so. Oh no, making a mess. I really hope it's the strawberry one. I'm gonna try both though. I don't think that is strawberry. Oh no, I think so. Yeah. Okay, this is jam. Okay, I'm gonna try the strawberry one first. I'm just gonna take a bite. It's a real Pop-Tart. Now I'm going to taste the cinnamon one. I could tell it was a cinnamon one based on like the little, I guess, sugar pieces there. Alright, but I think both of them taste really good. I personally prefer the strawberry one, because yeah, I can taste the cinnamon, but I think I would have needed to put like a lot more to taste it even more. And then I think the strawberry one would have been good too, even if I just did the sugar-free jam as well, because it was a little bit sugary because of like the frosting, icing on top. But then I really like this pie crust. I think it turned out really good. Here it's nice and flaky. And then this is what it looks like on the bottom. Oh, kind of broke in half there, but yeah. It's like really nice and flaky. It's really nice and like buttery on the bottom. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah. And the pie crust tastes really good. And the fillings taste really good. I would definitely make these again. And yeah, the crunchiness of the crust really has a nice balance, especially with the strawberry jam as well, because it's like a nice ooey gooey filling and then a nice crunchy on the outside as well. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.